Woo! Good grief, boys and girls. It is cold out here today. All right, let's go down here and get the shop opened up and see what we can get into. Boy, it is cold. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the shop. Welcome back to the channel. On this episode, we're going to be back on the Dirty Dodge again. And this one's going to be kind of interesting because we're going to have to get the old boy moved and try to get him back here on the lift. And yeah, you know, he needs to go on Weight Watchers is what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm down here by myself, so we're going to have to utilize some skates and some winches, and it's just going to be a mess. But anyway, the purpose of today's episode, I need to start getting this engine bay ready for the engine, right? So what I want to do is get him up on the lift and get in here and start getting all this cleaned up. Now, we're not painting and going through all that crap, right? Not for the Dirty Dodge. I just want this to be just, you know, just a clean, you know, survivor driver, right? So I want to get in here and get all this old, you know, body protection, like rhino liner stuff off of here. I need to test fit the motor mounts to make sure we're going to be good to go there. I kind of want to go through this wiring and see what I'm going to keep and what I'm not, because this isn't going to be like our burnout cars where I just run, you know, everything in on switches. I'd kind of like to have, if we can, to get the heater fan and all that working. I still want to keep headlights, taillights, turn signals, horn, you know, the normal stuff if possible. And we'll kind of go from there. But I'm going to have to get this engine moved because it's getting ready to go out tomorrow up to Calvert Racing Engines to be rebuilt. I've got to get my little work spool here moved out of the way. I got to get some heat going on in here because it's, you know, it's cold in here. So I think first things first, we're going to get this engine put up on the cherry picker, get it pushed back here by the other cars out of the way, flip this over, roll it, you know, stick it over here out of the way somewhere, push the Dirty Dodge out here, you know, get the skates out, spin him around, hook him up to the winch, pull him up on the lift, get him cleaned up, and then, yeah, we're going to go through, clean up these motor mounts, see if they're going to fit all right, and then I think what I'll do is I'll back the Dirty Dodge back off here. The engine will still be on the cherry picker, and then we're going to go ahead and just set the engine in as a mock-up, make sure we're good to go before we send it out. So yeah, it's going to be a busy morning. Probably not a whole lot too exciting, but it's stuff that has to be done right, and you know, I like to take you guys along for the ride. So let's get set up. Let's get to work. You know the deal. Let's quit talking about it. Let's be about it. Welcome back to Busted Radio Garage. Alrighty then, let's get some heat put in the old house here because it is a bit nippy in here. Oh, it's just all over the floor. Now quit moving around, just sit still. Yeah, buddy. I cannot stand the wintertime. I know a lot of you all know this. Woo! Drink up, bud, drink up. He's a thirsty boy. He loves this stuff and goes through it pretty quick, to be honest. Do the old long pour. Oh, get some. Get some. Woo. Fortunately, once the heat gets to moving around in here, it holds it pretty good. All right, there went 25 bucks. Get out of here. All right, where's my lid? There it is. Well, come here. Where are you going? Money! Heat! Engage! Turn on. You got to turn on. There you go. All right, cool, guys. We got the engine all hooked up, got it moved out of the way. I like my little die-hard engine hoist here. That was donated by my friends up there at Advanced Auto Parts. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. All right, then we got our tool spool that was sitting here, you know, flipped over, moved out of here, you know, out of the way for now. So I guess the next thing is going to be do a quick workout. Try to push the old Dirty Dodge out here, get some skates under the rear tires, spin him around, hook up the winch, pull him up on the lift. And then it's going to be kind of like two parts, right? We get to inspect the bottom of the car, which I have never done other than just laying on the ground. And then we're going to get up in here. I'm going to try to get in this hole right here, and we're going to start cleaning this up, test our motor mounts, make sure they're good to go. So very, very cool. Let's get to work. All right, guys, here's all the parts that we took off that engine, and man alive, do we got a lot to clean up and go through. Shoo, dog. I know these valve covers we're going to keep. We're going to get these sanded down, repainted, cleaned up, get some new Super Red Ram decals to put on here. That's going to be nice. Manifolds aren't going to go back on. We're going to go back with headers on here if we can find a nice set. This water pump assembly, we're going to keep it, clean it up, repowder coat it, and then we'll put a new water pump itself in it, which is, you know, this assembly right here, these 4 bolts. All the electronics are going to be gone. We're going back with MSD on that deal. This starter will not go back on. It will go back in our stock, our inventory. We'll get a mini spool starter for that. Obviously, we're going to get a new fuel pump. Get rid of that. This generator setup, we'll send it off to have it rebuilt, gone through, and then we'll repaint it, clean it up along with the mounting hardware and the brackets. Fan, we'll keep it, just clean it up, put it back on. Pulleys we're going to keep. We're going to have to do a little bit of work on this one. It's got a little bit of a, you know, a love mark or a kiss on there. We'll have to straighten that out. Unless we can get a new one, I'm not really for sure. Radiator, we'll take it up, have it gone through, maybe have it redone, cleaned up a little bit. You know, oil filter, we'll keep all of that jazz. This power steering pump that mounts to the generator, we'll have it gone through and check on it. And then obviously we got a bunch of new parts here we'll go through. But yeah, and then the intake, that will just go in inventory along with the carburetor. We're going to go back to 4-barrel or triple deuces or maybe dual 4 barrels. I'm not for sure, but that'll go in inventory as well. And then obviously we're going to keep this beauty. You know, we'll clean it up real good. Might even put it in the sandblast box and then repaint it bronze. But yeah, we've got a lot to go through on that goes to that engine, but I have no doubt Calvert Racing Engines is going to make this thing look and sound sweet. Again, we're not going for a whole lot more performance. We just want it cleaned up, running well. And then, you know, we want to make it loud and sound good. So hopefully we can get a really nice cam for it and, you know, redo this rocker setup. That's just, boy, it's rougher than a stucco bathtub. And then we got to get this, transmission up to Cope, get him to go through it, see what we can do there. If not, we're going to go with the 727. I'm not really for sure. I'd love to keep this if we can get Cope to clean it up, go through it, you know, dial it in, and then we'll just slap that. That thing is unreal heavy. All right, buddy, we're going to have to work together here. Wow. I think we're good. Let's go. Nowhere to move. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Oh, mercy sakes alive. I need some leverage here. Whew. Well, should we do it like they did back in the old day? We just pushing the old A pillar here. Come on, buddy. Only 10 pounds. Only 10 pounds. Woo, good night. Woo, we're going to have to get you on a diet, buddy. Whew, wow. All right, let's try back here. All right. What was that, 5 feet? I can't imagine what's going to be like spinning around sideways. All righty then. Good night, 11. Woo. I guess now let's spin him around the other way. All right, come on, little buddy. We're going to need you. Get over here. See if we can get his big rear end up in the air. That's a lot of real estate, boy. A lot of real estate. All righty then. Good and tucked up underneath there. Let's find my skates right quick. I think they're over here. All right. Good deal. Let's get you put in real quick. All right. All right. No, you don't. Get in there. There's a big old tires trying to stick on these things. Good night. All right. Good deal. Get him down on the ground. Boom. All right, now the fun task is gonna be spinning him around. Hopefully I got enough real estate right here to do so. If not, we're gonna have to move that table. Let's hope not. So let's get to spinning him around right quick. All right, here goes nothing. Woo! Oh, okay, not too bad so far. I might need the help of the winch doing this. I'm not sure. We may have to spin it, pull, spin it, pull, spin it, pull, and get him up on there, but whew, should have ate my Wheaties this morning. Good night. All right, buddy. Let's try this one more time. Oh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Dang it. Can you go forward in? Man, story of my life. You went too short. Ah, can we make it work? Can we make it work? We're close. Okay, let's see if we can push him forward a little bit more. Straighten these wheels out. All right. Can I just pull this one? God, don't let my hands slip. I'll be in all kinds of trouble. Oh, look at this. Ugh. A little bit more. Yeah. Yeah. Get some. Get some. All right, I think that's close enough. We're gonna let the winch do the rest of the work, but I gotta get him off these skates, and then we'll just kind of take the steering wheel and walk him up on here, but it is a rough being a fat man. All right, let's get him up on there. Good night of living. All right, buddy, come on. Let's get these skates off here. Get you up on the lip. I'm curious to see what the hole underneath of this car looks like. That's gonna be awesome. All right, coming down. Doink. All right, let's go ahead and get the winch hooked up. You guys know the deal. You've seen me do this before. So we need to find a good pulling spot here. So we'll just drape this strap over the cross member here, just like so. Go get our winch, get it drug out, get it hooked up. Let's see. All right. That winch and this lift is gonna earn its money today. This is by far the heaviest car this thing's ever held. Oops, my bad. Sorry, buddy. All right, let me get everything hooked up. We're gonna pull this thing up on here and be done with it. All right, winch is all hooked up. Let's get our remote. This is gonna take some finagling around, I'm sure, to get everything lined up straight. Will you turn on this morning? Come on, there we go. Oop, gotta engage the winch or I'm gonna be in all kinds of trouble. Hold on. Oh. Get in there. All right, winch engaged. All right, let's go. I'm gonna put this winch to the test this morning. All right. Yeah, that winch is like, what are you doing? All right, let's turn the steering wheel. Get everything straight. Good grief. All right, that looks good. Hopefully my battery's not about to die over there. We'll have to go get the jump box. Let's find out. We're gonna have to watch that drive shaft underneath there. It's not hooked up either. Let me see what we got going on here. We're good there. Drive shaft is just a dangling, so we're gonna have to watch it. All right, let's keep going. This winch cable is starting to travel to one side, so I'm gonna do something completely stupid and hold it with my foot. There it goes. All right, let's check his drive shaft. Oh, well, that's a good spot to stop. Okay, so we're gonna have to get up a little bit closer. Now this is where this remote's gonna come in handy because I'm gonna have to set you up here and then I'm gonna have to get under here and do this. Hold on a second. All right, I got that drive shaft to clear, so we're gonna keep pulling here. Almost there, little buddy, keep going. That winch is just like, woo! He's heavy. If that's not proof one of these things is handier in the shirt pocket, I don't know what is. He might be too long to get on here. All right, there we go, good deal. All right, cool, let me get this winch unhooked, get everything ready, put my safety chocks in here so the car doesn't go anywhere. We're gonna get him up in the air. Good deal. All right, good deal, guys. We got the winch unhooked, and then we've got our chocks stuck into the lift, so we're good to go there. Let's shut this door. Well, okay, maybe. All right, let's watch this lift scream for a minute. Whew, he's gonna be a heavy boy. I don't think he's gonna fit through my hole up there, and I really can't go much further forward, so we're gonna see how high we can get him here. Oh, these wildfire lifts are just sick, guys. They are awesome. Right up just like he's not even there. That drive shaft is gonna dangle like you wouldn't believe under there, but we're gonna fix this little red wagon. He's coming off there. See how high we can get him up in the air here. If we need to, we can push him forward just a little bit, but, well, I don't know. Good night. Get you some of that, guys, all the way up in the ceiling with room to spare. Awesome. All right, well, let's go get our first look at the underneath of the Dirty Dodge. Let's go. All right, guys, we got our light. Let's go. Let's see what we got. Oh, watch this drive shaft. That thing's that's coming off there just as soon as we get done looking around. All right. Well, so far, so good. I mean, it's flash rusted, obviously. I mean, the thing's 70 years old, but look at these frame rails. Look at the size of these things. Good night of living. That's a 4x6. No holes, no holes. This is our transmission cross member, I would assume. Yep. Man, these frame rails, even look right here. Perfect. The undercoating, I know I play around with the mud and all that stuff on here, but seriously, this undercoating done its job. Let's work our way down this side. Absolutely mint. Body bolts look good, or body mounts, whatever you want to call them. That one looks good over there. We'll have to check the fronts. Spring perches are perfect. Look at these arches up in here in the frame. I mean, good night of living. My burnout cars don't have frames that look that good. I want to so bad just come in here and wire wheel and paint all this. New shocks, little dinky 8 3/4, no problem. But I just want to keep it the way it is. It's earned it, in my opinion. But I just so bad want to come under here. I don't want a full restoration of this car. I really don't. I just want something to play with. Just, again, go to the hardware store. Fart around here at the house. But anyway, so I think we're going to have to do a little bit of work here. We got a little bit of cheese in these front floor pans. This is what Kathy was worried about, you know, the old gas pedal. So it's a 55, so I'm sure we can, I mean, even if we can't get it for this Dodge, maybe we can get it for a Chevy or a Oldsmobile or something and just replace this section here. Obviously, we'll have to, you know, drill through and remount this gas pedal. All right, what we got up here? Now, this is what I wanted to work on a little bit today. It's got all this undercoating off here. Our body mounts, or our motor mounts, should go right there somewhere. So we're going to have to play around with that. But this is mainly what I wanted to do right now, is just go over the old boy. Man, I am so happy with this. Look at this thing. It's ridiculous. Super clean. I mean, there's new cars running the road right now. Like today, you're passing them on the highway or on your way to work in the morning that have worse floorboards in this car. Insane. Insane. All right, let's get set up real quick. Get this drive shaft out of my way, because if not, I'm going to run directly into it. So we're going to have to put some liquid muscle on these bolts up here. I mean, that's plumb wore out. So I have to get some liquid muscle put on these bolts, get them off. That one's actually been replaced at one point. Different than all the others. All right. And then we're going to work our way up here to this front end. So let's get set up and get to work. Oh, mercy. All right, let's see if these are going to come off here. Probably not going to be a pal, I'd imagine not. And they did not leave room for sockets back then under here. Oh, well, look at that. That one come right off. Or come loose anyway. How about you? Okay, that's 2. Am I going to get that lucky? 3. Wait a minute. Is that one going to come? Oh, there's 5 on here, I think. There's 4. All right. Well, I think these are going to come right off here, y'all. Score. Well, we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. We'll just alternator, dummy. We'll alternate every other one. And then we'll pull this old boy off here. Get it out of the way. Don't be shy now. What is your problem, pal? You can't get the, wait a minute. Nah, nope. See, you can't get the close end on there. You got to come off there? All right. There's one, maybe. Back when you worked on cars back in this era, you had to have patience. And that is one thing I was not born with, was patience. I'm 100 mile an hour all the time, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. We're going to have a couple little lock washers on here, but I think they're just going to have to hit the ground. Well, I might be able to get them out. There's one. Can I get the other one? Oh, money. All right. Let's see if we can get you. Probably going to get this top one first if possible. Now, don't you start now. I'm only going to have to get a little stubby wrench for real. Something told me I should have got this top one first. And I didn't, like an idiot. I'm going to round it off. I'm not careful. Come on, little buddy. Work with me here. Be my friend. Well, let me get a little wrench. All right, there we go. in there like swimwear. So that can just stay there for a little bit until we come back around to it. So now let's get moved up here. I'm gonna get a scraper and get some of this scraped off and see what we can do about these motor mounts. And we're gonna kind of go from there. All right, guys, let's try to get some of this undercoating off here and see what we look like. I mean, this thing's just cherry. I mean, it's just all there is to it. This area here is mainly what I'm worried about. That, let me get out of the lighting here. Lighting's terrible. That and right here, because this is where the area where the motor mounts have got to go. Get all this out of the way. Good deal, good deal. Now these old brake lines and fuel lines and all that stuff, I'm not sure 100%. Obviously the brake lines we're going to have to do some work with. Fuel lines are going to be replaced, obviously. So yeah, we're going to be in here is what I'm saying. Hey, spark plug, score. Look at you. All right, so let's get the rest of this scraped off here right quick, and then I'm going to test fit these motor mounts. All right, guys, we shined some light on the situation there. Got a new set of lights out that I forgot I had, to be honest with you, until I got to looking around. But let's get all this off of here. It's everywhere. Good night. That didn't taste very good. Gee whiz. Well, come on out of there. Golly, look at all that. No wonder the frame rails would rust on stuff. Look at all that mud and dirt. Jeez. This thing may have been buried in the ground. I can't remember what Josh did when he dug it out. Y'all do me a favor, if you're watching this, go over to Sleeper Dude, sub to their channel, tell them BRD sent you. I'd appreciate it. Alright, so let me go get one of these motor mounts right quick. Hold on. Alright guys, I got to fooling around with these motor mounts off the 56 Royale Answer Custom that I got with the Poly 315. And I assumed they would work. Because on the 56, they kind of bolted in like right here-ish. But obviously that angle isn't going to work. So I got to playing around. And I stuck them up here where the 55's mount would mount for the Hemi. And yeah, they're like, okay, that's going to be all right. We can weld them in place. Well, we're going to do some finagling in order to make that work. So I got to doing some research on the old internet. And they're saying those won't work. Which I'm sure we could, fab up something to make those, dial them in is what I'm saying. But I also learned that I can buy the correct mount for the 56 poly that will bolt directly into this 55 crossmember. And it's a 5-piece kit and it costs like 70 bucks. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop right here with these. And for 70 bucks, I'm going to go ahead and order the correct mount, which I believe either is going to mount to the water pump assembly itself or it's going to be a side mount kit that bolts in right. Let me get some correct lighting. That bolts in these 2 holes on each side of the crossmember where the Hemi mount would be. So I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to go ahead and order that mount and we'll proceed with setting the engine in there and testing it before we send it off to Calvert Racing Engines. So, you know, it is what it is for, you know, let's just say it's a $100 bill with shipping and all the grommets and bushings and all that jazz. That gives me plenty of time to go ahead and get this kind of cleaned up, figure out the wiring and all that stuff. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. Again, we could fab up something and make it work, but I'm just not going to do that with this car, right? Especially when we're talking less than a $100 bill. Just get the proper amount, you know, that's going to fit the poly, that's going to fit the cross member to where that Hemi used to sit, and be done with it, right? Just something we can bolt in and it's set, you know, set it and forget it, is what I'm saying. So that gives us a little bit more time to fold this engine bay, get it cleaned up a little bit, you know, doll it up, wire wheel it. Now, I don't want to get down to making it super pretty. You know what I mean? I like to leave the engine bay to where, you know, we got it cleaned up. We'll probably put a matte clear over it, and then we'll put a nice clean engine in there, you know, with all our new wiring, all our new performance stuff, and be done with it. But no, I'm tickled to death what the underside of this car looks like. To be honest with you, I was expecting a lot worse. I was expecting at least, you know, one baseball size hole in that frame. And I'm going to be straight with you, man. Even Noisy Cricket and Homer, when we got these cars, we had to do framework to straighten them up. And they are, what, 30 years newer than this? Yeah. No, I'm tickled to death. So, but I will tell you this, and I'm not sure if you've been paying attention to the community page. I do have an entire new interior ordered for this car. New seats, new headliner, new carpet, the package tray we're going to build ourselves. I do have the new door cards, the plain door cards that we're going to do ourselves here, Kathy and myself and Squirt, to match the new seats. And I'm currently shopping for wheels for this. Now, I'm going to leave this open to you guys. We do have the community page where you guys can post stuff on there. Why don't we start a thread? You guys, you know, give ideas for wheels for this, and maybe we'll pick one of your suggestions, right? I think that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, it was a cool little episode for everybody. Again, I just wanted to get underneath here, see what the car looked like, if I'm being 100% honest with you, and double check those motor mounts. So now we know. And we also got that drive shaft taken off there. So once we get our measurements done, we'll send that off to the drive shaft shop, have it redone, because that yoke on the back of that thing is, it's, you know, it's done, is what I'm saying. But no, I couldn't be happier with this car. It's amazing. I love it. I can't wait to get it done. And then I'm going to get a pinstripe person out here, or a pinstripe company, however you want to word that. I'm going to do something pretty cool for my dad here on this door. Maybe we'll do something down here on this side, on this lower valance here. But, you know, we'll do a vintage pinstripe name, something on here to make it look cool. Something on the deck lid, maybe patriotic, you know, American flag. You know, we'll do something very cool. And then again, this is just going to be something for me to drive around town. You know what I mean? Park my truck when I want to go to the hardware store or go get a sandwich, or, you know, the girls and I just want to beat bop, you know, up and get something to eat. But, all right, cool, guys. I appreciate you watching. I know this is probably going to be a short little episode, but anyway, you guys know the deal. Appreciate you watching. We'll catch you next time. BRG out.